The magnitude of devastation is hard to take in, but shows the power of Storm Eunice. A 400-year-old tree ripped from its root, destroying this family home in Essex in seconds.
I was in a conference call in that room.
Sven Good was working downstairs when the tree hit.
I heard this gigantic creak and then a huge bang and the whole house shook. And I just sort of jumped. I was, I'm sorry guys, I've got to get off. I ran to see if my girlfriend was okay, who she didn't even know that the house had gone down. And then me and my mum both ran upstairs and checked out my room, which now has no wall. Went to see my sister's room, and that's just a scene of chaos, really.
This is the view inside that bedroom. It will be a long wait to fully assess the damage, but it could have been a lot worse. This was a very lucky escape for this family who've lived here in this house for generations. And like many up and down the country, they now face a huge clean-up operation and are hoping that the weather doesn't hamper their efforts. Work will soon begin in Southampton to return this roof to its rightful owner. A block of flats down the road. On this London street, the strong winds turned a roof into rubble and a children's playground into a danger zone. The iconic O2 Arena will remain closed so staff can make it safe after winds tore through its roof. There's also been a second day of severe travel disruption, with snow grinding roads to a halt in the north and trains cancelled as trees and debris are taken off the tracks.
Trains are in the wrong locations. There's still debris being removed from our roads. Airports are expected to be very busy, people catching up with flights, and potentially queues at ports.
A busy and confusing time for some people waiting to get home.
Our train was booked at 10 o'clock, but it's been delayed, and we've just heard there might be one going in a minute. So fingers crossed.
I managed to get my ticket refunded, but in terms of actually getting home, I'm not really sure.
And then I turned up at Paddington to get my connection to Bath and completely closed, no trains at all. So I stayed the night with my family in London, came back, and now Bath's not even on the thing, so I'm going to ask them now.
Storm Eunice was one of the worst to hit the UK in decades. It's going to take time to clear the widespread destruction left in its wake. Charlotte Lomas, Sky News.
Well, 1.2 million customers have now had power restored in the aftermath of the storm, but 190,000 properties are still without power, most of them in southern England. Sky's Becky Johnson has the latest from a village in Somerset, which has not had any power since yesterday lunchtime.
There's no chance of brightening a grey day in this part of Somerset. The entire village of Kilve left without power, isolated by the storm. With no electricity, broadband or phone signal, families are doing their best to make do, using unconventional cooking methods for something warm to eat.
Thinking outside the box, maybe, because we haven't got only got electric devices, so nothing's working. So we had a bit of French stick last night, cheese and crackers, and not particularly healthy. A bit of salad, wasn't there?
The card machine's not working. Oh, not? I don't know if you've got any cash or anything.
Determined to carry on so people can get what they need, the village shop has stayed open. A small generator powering the fridge, but that's about it.
Our card machine's not working, our till, so the post office has gone down. So we're having to sort of run around the shop with a calculator, adding everything up and running tabs for the locals who are reliant on card machine. And just doing the best we can, really.
Being relatively close to the coast, they are used to the odd storm around here, but no one remembers anything near as bad as the conditions that Storm Eunice brought, or a power cut that lasted quite so long. Work was underway to repair damaged broadband cables, but some villagers have been told it could be Tuesday before the power is back on.
Absolutely no heating at all. The house is very cold.
That would be a long wait for Shirley, who has no way to heat her house without electricity.
So I slept on the settee last night because it was so cold in my bedroom. I got oil central heating, but obviously that doesn't work because the boiler relies on the electric to fire it up, so that's no good. Yeah, so the house will be like a deep freeze by the time Tuesday arrives.
Thankfully, her neighbours have a wood burner, so she is able to get warm. But all they can do is sit and wait until power is restored to their village. Becky Johnson, Sky News.